Good evening, America. This is the Big Red One guy reminding you that together we must break the machine. A couple of days ago, I made a video about Biden DOJ sending one of their alphabet three-letter mobs to go harass a U.S. citizen who was a doctor who exposed child mutilation that was going on at the Texas Children's Hospital in Houston. Well, in that video, towards the end, I kind of went on a little bit of a rant about how we have to protect women's sports. Uh, and we have to protect our sisters, our mothers, our nieces and whatnot, and protect the little girls in high school, okay, and probably in middle school too. I'm pretty sure it's coming to a middle school soon. Biden signed an executive order forcing colleges and high schools, and I assume it's going to happen in middle schools too, to let boys compete against girls and go into their lockers, invade their spaces, and violate them. So that's where we're at right now, America. And there have been some women in sports that have been pushing back on that, fighting, and they got to win today. And I saw this article. I don't know if it's today. I have to check the date of the article, but I saw the article today, and they got to win. And if anybody knows who Lia Thomas is, he's the dude that used to swim for Penn as a dude. Used to get his ass handed to him by all the fucking men. He was like ranked 1000th or whatever the fuck he was. Who knows? He's a scumbag anyway. Okay, and he decided since he couldn't compete against men, that he was going to start competing as a woman. And he went on to break college records as a woman, even though he's a dude. I don't even know, there should be like a huge asterisk next to that. It should have never happened. And the women in Olympic sports essentially won. Okay, today, he will not be allowed to participate in the Olympics. So let's get into this article. It's from the Gateway Pundit, and I want to share it. And I'm going to actually read this because you guys got to hear it, and it's glorious. So, s- transgender swimmer Leah Thomas blocked from Olympics after losing legal challenge. So it's actually, the article is by Christina Layla, and it was written today, June 12th. It was posted. Transgender biomale swimmer Leah Thomas will not be able to compete in the Olympics after he lost a legal challenge to the World Aquatics Trans policy. That is just freaking awesome. I'm absolutely happy to hear that. It is freaking glorious. And let's just get an applause. We have to. Yes. That is just a great thing. I'm so happy that this happened for the ladies, okay? And Riley Gaines, she posted great news. If anybody knows who Riley Gaines is, she had to actually swim against this dude in the NCAA championships, and she lost out on actually, winning a championship because this fuckneck was in the pool when he should have been against, shouldn't be in the first place. Great news. Leah Thomas won't be able to compete in women's category at the Olympics or any other elite competition. He has just lost his legal battle in court arbitration for sport ruling. This is a victory for women and girls everywhere. I couldn't agree more, Riley Gaines. Article goes on to say that Fox News reported Leah Thomas, a transgender swimmer who created controversy during the 2022 season with the win at the NCAA championships, lost a legal battle over rules that prevented trans swimmers who have been through male puberty from competing in elite women's events. Fucking fantastic. The Court of Arbitration of Sport dismissed Thomas' request for arbitration with the World Aquatics, according to a ruling released Wednesday. Governing body in swimming made its ruling in 2022. I remember when they actually made that ruling. This happened, I believe, after the NCAA championships, which was in 2021, I think, which essentially banned transgender swimmers from competing in female events. World Aquatics also created an open category for transgender athletes. And you know what happened with that open category? Nobody signed up to get into it because they all want to compete against women. Okay. They want to fucking violate women's spaces. They want to just freaking continue to break women's records because they can't do it against dudes. And since they can't do it against fucking real men, they don't even want to do it against each other. So they actually was like, hey, here's a fucking category for you. You guys can compete against each other to your heart's content, and nobody will stop you. You know what they did? Zilch. Nobody fucking signed up to do it. Thomas asked the Switzerland based court to overturn the rules, saying they were invalid, unlawful, and discriminatory. The panel concludes that they should have labeled him a he, because that's what he is, lacks standing to challenge the policy and the operational requirements in the framework of the present proceeding, the court said in a ruling. The three-judge panel said USA Swimming had no authority to modify such scope of application of its rules. Lia Thomas, a transgender UPenn swimmer who competed for 2 full seasons as a man. Okay, so he was getting his ass fucking handed to him as a dude for 2 full seasons. Okay, before transitioning into a female, shattered women's records in Akron, Ohio in 2021. Yeah, because he's like, listen, I said in my video, the last video, as men, we develop differently than women. Okay, women have to fucking our muscle mass and our bone density is just on two different levels. Okay, what women have to do in order to like compete against men, listen, there are some fucking great athletes, female athletes out there who could probably beat men in some sports because they're just dudes that suck, right? You know, but if they go up against, if they're a champion at their sport and they go up against a dude that's a champion at the same sport, they're most likely going to get their fucking asses handed to them. And this is exactly what's happening. So that this is good. This is Thomas also finished one of the races 38 seconds ahead of the woman who finished in second place. 38 fucking seconds. You know how many lengths of the pool that is? That's insane. Okay, that is freaking insane. Here's Thomas before he transitioned into a woman, so he could beat the crap out of women's and swim meets. See, this is what he fucking this dude looked like. Okay, prior to. All right, so great win for the ladies. I'm very very happy for them. Okay, and I'm glad that they won this. Okay, they needed this. They really 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 needed this win. You know, this is good stuff for the ladies. Uh, hats off to the arbitration court. Listen, they gave him his due. Okay, they gave him his day in court. Uh, he petitioned the court to see his case so that he can go and continue to be a fucking scrub and compete against women that he can beat because he can't beat any dudes. Listen, I'd have more respect for him if he was fucking great at what he did and decided he wanted to transition to be a fucking lady, which you can't do. It's impossible. You can never ever become a fucking woman if you're a man. You can't become a man if you're a woman. It's just you just God didn't create you that way, and if you're not fucking religious, biology just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work. Nature doesn't work that way. Sorry, but it's good. I'm glad Riley Gaines got a win on this. She's been very very vocal. Look her up on Twitter, or X rather. Um, I don't know if she has a YouTube page. I don't know. I have to check that out. If she does, I have to start following her. Anyway, she's been very vocal and you know, she's been going on for years now, fighting and trying to fight this and fight for girls and fight for women's sports. So big win for them. Really, really happy. You know, it's really, really good. I'm really, really glad that the women caught a win. And ladies, the only way that this shit stops, okay, is if you hit them in their pockets. Okay, these organizations, whether it's the Olympic organizations, whoever they are, okay, the swim track, whatever it is, they make money by you ladies competing. And unfortunately, it's going to take some of you giving up the competition like Riley Gaines did. She gave up competing. Okay, this is a woman that probably could have went on and, she was probably good enough to make an Olympic team. Who knows? Okay, she was definitely good enough in college where she was winning fucking championships and stuff like that. Okay, um, but she gave it all up to fight. And unfortunately, it's going to take a few of you top tier uh, competitors, okay, athletes who are women, okay, to fight this shit. And if you guys just stop competing, because if these organizations stop losing their money, okay, because like if listen, if a track meet's about to happen or swim meet's about to happen, and it gets out that none of the top women are gonna fucking compete because they're just not gonna compete against a man, and it's just bullshit to do that, okay, trust me, that means that nobody's going to come to these events. Nobody's going to come watch them. Okay, and the places that put on these events, okay, are going to be forced to do the right thing, and that's the only way to do it. So I'm glad that the World Aquatics Association, if that's what they call it, they made the right call, and let's give them another applause, people. They get some applause. Anyway, proud of you ladies who are fighting or in this fight that are trying to stick up for yourselves and because you're the only ones who are going to make it happen. Even as dudes, even those of us that support women's sports and want to see women succeed in sports and stuff like that, uh we can't fight this fight for you. Okay, we can stick up for you, okay, and stand up for you and try to be a shield, but you guys have to be the voice, and you guys got to be the one that have to protest and just stop going to these competitions. Fuck it, just stop. If you just stop going to these competitions, these places will stop making money, and money fucking talks. Anyway, people, have a great night. I am the Big Red One guy, reminding you all that together we must break the machine. God bless you all, America.